And by the way, you can start this any level. Like if you've looked at some of the other things about my children, I've got a couple of kids that have set up IULs and variable IULs that by the time they're 20 years old, they'll probably have $50,000+ in their account, okay? So if you want to do this for your kid, this would be really cool. You could take that $50,000 in their account, and then you could, what I would say, at 20 years old, so let's say your child now, because you started something when they were born, now has, $65,000. You borrow $50,000 off of that at 20 years old, and you put it into an annuity. All right, guaranteed annuity, 7.2% interest guaranteed for 10 years. And you know what that will pay? At 30 years old, your child will have $100,000 in their account, okay? Didn't have to do anything else, they just made $50,000 for 10 years. Not a lot, but it's an extra $5,000 a year. Well, watch this, if we go to 40 years old and they keep it in that money in there, and they can take money out if they want, do whatever, but they just leave the money in there. When they're 40 years old, it's $200,000. Guess what? When they're 50 years old, I guess you probably figured this out now, there's $400,000 in there, and by the time they're 60 years old, there'll probably be about this is all guaranteed money, there'll be $800,000 in there, and here's the cool thing. If they keep that, if they do, let's say a 5-year guaranteed annuity at that point and put $800,000 in there, in 5 years they should be able to get another, $400,000, half of that. So that would be by 65 years old, it'd be $1.2 million at 65 years old, or if they go wait till 70 and just do that, they would have $1.6 million sitting in an account at 70 years old. And it all started by you starting a index universal life policy, which is what I'm doing for my kids right now, that they can now pull out, they can borrow that money. And by the way, you take the money that they're making, this is just all money that's sitting here. They're not touching it, not doing anything, but they're still gonna make more money the rest of their life. They could be putting money back into that index universal life policy to pay that loan off and boost that up. And then they can also invest in 401ks and all kinds of things. But if they just